Japanese manufacturer choosing Katie for an HQ. SEC reveals new climate disclosure rule. And a $184.5 million solar farm is being built. Thank you for tuning to Construction Business TV. My name is Joshua Vita, and this is your Houston Weekly Update. Hello and welcome back to this edition of Weekly Update. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. We're glad to have you here with us. I'd like to first mention, if you are in commercial real estate, residential real estate, or a trade of any kind involving construction, go to the description right down there below, schedule a free interview, be featured here on Construction Business TV. Also, make sure that bell and subscribe button also down below, stay up to date on what's happening in construction business. Okay, let's hit that first story. Okay, our first story up today is about that new solar farm being built. So, Advanced Powers is considering a utility-scale solar power and battery storage project in Victoria County. The project will be developed on land off of US Highway 77, just north of Victoria, Texas. The project is named Oriana Solar and is expected to have a solar production capacity of 200 megawatts and 40 containers for battery storage upon completion. Oriana Solar LLC is indirectly owned by Advanced Power. Advanced Power said it would spend up to $184.5 million to develop the project. They're also seeking a tax abatement of Chapter 313 of the Texas Tax Code. This would limit the taxable value on the project to $30 million. The Chapter 313 must be approved by the Texas Comptroller. Construction on Oriana Solar is estimated to begin during the first quarter of 2027, and commercial operation is to begin in December of 2027. The project is expected to employ 150 full-time workers during the construction phase. Okay, our next story of today is about the Securities and Exchange Commission's new role regarding climate. So, the Securities and Exchange Commission is proposing a new rule for publicly traded companies to disclose their greenhouse gas emissions and their climate-related risks. The proposed rule change was announced on Monday, March 21st, and businesses would be required to disclose how climate risk could have a material impact on their financial statements, their governance, and risk management for climate issues, and how climate risk will affect their strategy, business model, among other disclosures. The proposed rule will only affect companies registered with the SEC, but it could significantly change behaviors in investors and other companies of all sizes in response to the disclosures. Most environmental groups are happy about this new rule, but some groups are pushing back, such as the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. According to the Executive Vice President for the U.S. Chamber Center for Capital Markets Competitiveness, Tom Quadman said, the Chamber is concerned that the prescriptive approach taken by the SEC will limit the company's ability to provide information and shareholder and stakeholders find meaningful, while at the same time requiring the companies to provide information and securities filing that are not material to investors. Quadman continued by saying that the Supreme Court has been clear that any required disclosures under security laws must meet the test of materiality, and we will advocate against provisions of this proposal that deviate from that standard or are unnecessarily broad. Okay, our last story up today is about that new Japanese manufacturer choosing a new HQ near Houston. So, the Mayekawa, a Japanese compressor manufacturer, is moving its U.S. headquarters to Waller County in the Peterson Road Business Park between Interstate 10 and US Highway 90 in the Katy area. The company and the Waller County Economic Development Partnership have finalized an incentive package which still has to be approved by the county's Commissioners Court. EDP Executive Director Vince Yoakum has said Mayekawa will occupy a 72,000 square foot facility that is currently under construction by Clay Development and Construction. The company hopes to be in the building by midsummer 2022 and fully operational by the end of this year. Yoakum did not disclose details of the tax abatement agreement, but Mayekawa will be required to create 68 local jobs with an average salary of $83,000. Positions will include skilled trades such as welders, electricians, pipe fitters, as well as accounting, purchasing, drafting, and engineering jobs, according to Jim Stoll, the Mayekawa USA CFO. According to Stoll, moving its U.S. headquarters to Houston area made sense for the company, which operate primarily in the oil and gas and industrial refrigeration markets. Thank you again for tuning to this edition of Weekly Update. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week.